Hi everybody, Mr. Politics here, and welcome to another video. Are the left-wing media trying to keep Keir Starmer as Prime Minister? Well, it looks like the lefty media, the Labour-loving media, are, are panicking. I'm starting to panic of the thought that Starmer, their man, would be out of Downing Street. It would appear to me that they are trying to do everything they can to keep him as Prime Minister. After all, the likes of Beth Rigby, Kay Burley, Fiona Bruce, and all the rest of the lefty journalists of Thrash News, that should be Sky News, but I call Sky News Trash News because they are, and the BBC and Channel 4 News and all the rest of the lefty news organisations, them trying everything they can to keep their man in Downing Street. They, well, after they're the ones who created this chaos by voting for Labour, putting Labour in government. They're the ones to blame for this. And now the BBC are trying to blame the Conservatives for the problems farmers having at the moment. I'm trying to blame them. It's the left wing BBC for you. Also, Fiona Bruce. She was she was on Question Time on Thursday night. He was now trying to blame Nigel Farage. Now, what's Nigel Farage got to do with this? This is their Labour's own making. They've only got themselves to blame for all this mess they've created. I mean, we've all known that for years the left wing media, they've loved Labour, haven't they? They've always been on their side. They've always done their bidding. They've always put out their propaganda. If there's always a problem, they always take the side of the government, Starmer, and try and protect him as much as they can. Well, like everybody's been saying, his days are numbered. His days are numbered, and soon he's not going to be Prime Minister. But of course, like I've said, those lefty news channels, the likes of Sky News and the BBC, ITN News, and Channel 4 News, and even Channel 5, they're all lefties, and they're all on the side of Starmer. They don't want Starmer to go. I mean, who have they got to replace him with? Well, the nightmare scenario is that it's either going to be Rayner or even David Lammy has been mentioned. He could be in the running for Prime Minister. God help us if one of those two become Prime Minister. But yes, it's this is the fault of the left wing media, who have, like I've said, are just a bunch of Labour lovies anyway, and all the rest of the Labour lovies, the so-called celebrities, they're all Labour lovies. There's a list of names a mile long, those who support Labour. I mean, throughout the election campaign, they encouraged people to vote for Labour and put Starmer in Downing Street. They encouraged it. The lefty news medias, they encourage people to say, "You go out and vote Labour. You go out and vote Labour, and we want a fresh start, and we want a change from all the scandals what we had to put up with when the Tories was in government. Of course, now it's all gone wrong. Thanks to them, they've to Starmer in Downing Street, and it's just all gone completely wrong, hasn't it? I mean, you had that Anne uh, Soothby, or whatever her name is. She was a Tory MP. She said the grown-ups are now in charge again. Well, look what's happened. The grown-ups are not in charge again. We've got a bunch of misfits and novices running the country. And as for Starmer, well, like I keep saying in other previous videos, he's not fit to be Prime Minister. He's not fit to be Prime Minister. I don't know how he got to be Prime Minister, but surely the Labour Party could have chose somebody better than him, but there was nobody else at the time, was they? Was there? But like I've said, it'll soon be the end for Starmer, and what are the left-wing media going to do then? Who are they going to champion next? I suppose if, God forbid, Rayner was to become Prime Minister, they say, oh, she'll make a great Prime Minister, she would. She, what she is, Rayner, is just a left-wing left-wing nut job. That's all she is. That's all she is. She's a nut job. She hates the rich. She wants to tax them until there's they can't pay any more tax. No wonder the rich people who've got money are leaving the UK. There'll be even more leaving if she becomes Prime Minister. But you've got to blame the left-wing media for all this. They've caused it, like I've said. They voted for Labour. Like I've said, the likes of Beth Rigby, Kay Burley, those two. I mean, Kay Burley. Well, she's a proper Labour lovey. She's a proper Labour lovey. She is. And Beth Rigby, she's another one. Where has it all gone wrong in these last 18 months for Labour? It's gone completely wrong, hasn't it? Everybody thought there was going to be a complete change. It's something different. There would be no scandals, nothing. But look what's happened. We've got Mandelson. He's being investigated by the police now. Police, the police raided two of his properties yesterday, looking for evidence. It looks like he's going to need a lawyer to help him. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Mr. Politics here signing off. And remember, don't believe the lies.